I never thought one small decision could change the course of my life forever. But that Christmas Eve, as a bitter wind cut through the city streets, I learned that sometimes the smallest act of kindness can create the biggest miracle. It was late, 11:47 p.m., and I was heading to my car after a long, lonely shift at the security company. Christmas Eve had always been just another night of solitude for me. 3 years had passed since that day when my world crumbled, the day I lost my wife, Sarah, and our unborn son, David. Since then, my life had shrunk into a routine of work, isolation, and empty apartments. I convinced myself that I was fine, that I didn't need anyone. I had built walls so high around my heart that I thought nothing could ever reach me again. But then I saw her, a small figure crouched by the dumpster behind my building, moving carefully and deliberately. At first, I thought it was a stray animal, but as my eyes adjusted to the dim light, my heart nearly stopped. A little girl, no older than 7, was digging through the garbage. Her thin hands trembled from the cold as she sorted through discarded food and crumpled papers with a practiced efficiency that made my stomach knot. "Hey there," I called softly, trying not to startle her. Her head snapped up, while brown eyes filled with fear. She clutched a half-eaten sandwich to her chest, ready to run. "It's okay," I said, raising my hand slowly. "I'm not going to hurt you." She didn't move. Her tattered purple jacket swallowed her small frame, and her dark hair hung in tangled strands over pale, hollow cheeks. "What's your name, sweetheart?" I asked gently. After a long pause, she whispered, "Melody." "Melody," I repeated. "That's a beautiful name. I'm Nathan." Her grip on the sandwich tightened, her small voice barely audible. "Food," she admitted. My heart sank. No child should ever have to search for food in a dumpster, especially not on Christmas Eve. "Where are your parents, Melody?" I asked softly. Her eyes dropped to the ground, and for a moment the world seemed to pause. I don't have any," she whispered. The pain twisted inside me. That protective instinct I thought had died with Sarah and David stirred again. I couldn't just leave her here. For a moment, I thought about the life I'd once had, the nursery painted soft yellow, the dreams we had of raising a family. And then I looked at Melody and realized I had a chance to rebuild something, even if it wasn't the life I had planned. "I was living with my grandma," she continued, her words rushing out now, trembling with fear. "She was all I had after. My mama left when I was a baby. But she got sick. She was tired all the time. We couldn't afford a doctor, and one morning she didn't wake up." Her voice broke, and tears spilled down her cheeks. Melody had been bounced around the system like a piece of lost paper, forgotten by everyone who was supposed to protect her. For 2 days, she had survived on her own in the freezing December air, hiding in the basement of a nearby apartment building. I felt something inside me break and heal at the same time. "You don't have to do this alone anymore," I told her. Her wide eyes searched mine, confusion and hope battling in their depths. "I know you don't know me," I said, "but I promise I'm not going anywhere. Let's start by getting you somewhere warm and some real food in you." After a long moment of hesitation, she nodded. I led her to my modest apartment. It was clean but bare, no pictures, no decorations, no trace of the family I once dreamed of having. But as I watched her eyes light up at the warmth of the heater, I realized how much difference a little comfort can make to someone who has lost everything. I ran a bath for her while gathering clean clothes. When Melody emerged, wearing oversized sweatpants and a t-shirt, her cheeks flushed from the hot water, she looked like a new child. She ate the grilled cheese sandwiches and soup I made as if tasting life for the first time. As she ate, I made calls to the Department of Children and Family Services, to my lawyer friend Mitchell, even to my supervisor. I needed to do this right, but I wasn't about to let her go back to the system that had failed her. Those next weeks were a blur of paperwork, home studies, and court hearings. Melody gradually learned to trust me, and I learned how to be the father I never thought I could be. Some nights, she woke screaming from nightmares, and I would sit beside her until the terror passed. Other times, she hoarded food, terrified it will be taken away. Patiently, I explained, "There will always be more. You are safe here." Through it all, I discovered joy again. Her laughter became the soundtrack of my life, her triumphs my own. And when she first called me Dad, I excused myself to the bathroom to cry, overwhelmed by love I never thought I'd feel again. 6 months later, we sat in the family court. Melody wore a beautiful purple dress, not the tattered jacket she'd had that first night. Hand in hand, we waited as a judge reviewed the reports. Teachers, social workers, and our counselor all painted the same picture, a man who had devoted himself completely to a child in need. Judge Hernandez looked at Melody. "Do you have something to say?" Melody stood, her voice clear. "Nathan saved my life. Not just that night, but every day since. He keeps his promises, stays with me when I have bad dreams, and loves me. I know is my real dad because he chooses me every day." The judge smiled. "Then by the power vested in me, Nathan Hayes, you are now the legal father of Melody Hayes." Relief and joy crashed over me. I lifted her into my arms, the weight of 3 years of grief finally transforming into love and hope. That night, as we celebrated with takeout Chinese food, Melody handed me a drawing of 2 people holding hands in front of a house, the words, "My family," written across the top. I hung it on the fridge, tears streaming down my face. "I used to think families were only the people you're born with," I told her. "But you taught me that the best families are the ones we choose, the ones we build with love." As she drifted off to sleep that night, I watched her breathing slow, peaceful at last. The little girl who had been searching through garbage for hope had become the light of my life. And the broken man who had been hiding from the world had found his purpose in loving and protecting her. Sometimes healing comes in the form we least expect. Sometimes the family we need isn't the one we planned. It's the one that chooses us when we need it most. That Christmas Eve, I stepped out of my apartment expecting loneliness. Instead, I found Melody. I found my second chance. I found love. And in finding each other, we had created something beautiful from something broken. A family not built by blood, but by compassion, choice, and the power of unwavering love. Thank you for watching Classic Stories. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories that remind us how powerful compassion truly is.